I save all the best bangers for off air.
Right. Yeah, no, same. I'm extremely entertaining, actually, and that's what the audience doesn't realize is how I just can cut it up real well when we're not recording.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, what am I going to give my best shit to a free podcast on the internet? Absolutely not. You've got to deal with this in person if you want the benefit.
Yeah.
But also, I don't want to see anyone in person, so don't.
Yeah, please don't talk to me ever.
No.
Yeah. Don't come to my show that happened last Friday at this point.
Do not come. Do not come.
That's a good invocation. It's a good invocation.
Thank you so much. I tried really. I'm working on my invocations this week.
Yeah.
That was it's on my performance action plan as an employee of the pod, is that I need to work on my invocation stats. I haven't been hitting my numbers.
Did we do employee reviews? Oh fuck.
That's well, it was just today, and that's why you'll actually notice Matt and Phil aren't here, because we had the employee reviews, and I mean, it was hard, but we had to downsize, and I mean, yeah, they just weren't performing. They weren't hitting targets. They weren't giving it their all. They weren't being team players, you know?
Yeah, and that's what's unfortunate is I really thought that they could, like, prove to be the exception to the rule, but what are you gonna do? Matt is Matt is unfortunately shadow banned from the show this week. It's not really much of a shadow ban if we say it, but he said some things about single mothers.
And and the problem was that it was too based, and it went over the heads of a lot of incels, and now we're in a spot where it's like, hey buddy, we love you on the show, but your comment sections suck too much right now.
Yeah, it's just too volatile. So
exactly.
Yeah, we're sorry. Phil's sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has a little
tummy ache.
Little baby tummy ache,
and
that's okay.
I mean, we'll accept that. He might be brought back. We'll see. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's the No Men show this week.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what happened when they ripped the Man show away from, I don't know who the last two guys hosting it were. Fucking
Adam Carolla?
I think they both got replaced. No, I mean,
I think you're actually right. It was Adam Carolla.
Was he there at the end? Because I know, like, they switched to like two other guys or whatever.
Ew.
Yeah,
I don't know. Was that important that they felt that they needed to replace?
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, I remember thinking, like, why did they bother? Like, if you're gonna lose, I guess, Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carolla, like, you're really gonna keep this going, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of like when they had like Drew Carey do The Price is Right, and everyone was like, sure, okay.
yeah.
If you say so. Why anyone considered Drew Carey for anything? Like, whose line is it anyway? Sure, let him have it.
Yeah, he's a pretty, like, analogous energy to the British guy.
Yeah,
that made sense.
Yeah. But then, like, anything after that, every time I saw him ever in a thing, I was just like, why?
You don't belong here.
Yeah,
it constantly feels, when you see Drew Carey hosting something or acting in something, it feels like when you go to, like, see a play and the understudy is performing and you're like, oh, I'll still enjoy it, but it would have been better with who was supposed to be here.
This is the headliner? Like,
yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah.
No, I've never seen a one-man show before. Oh, It's Drew Carey.
Could it be a different man?
That's why they call me the permanent understudy. I don't know.
Always the bridesman.
Always the Carey, never the Styles.
Yeah, there we go. I did like Ryan Styles. One of my favorite parts of Whose Line Is It Anyway is how much he clearly like resented the entire institution of the show and didn't want to be part of it, but kept showing up every week. I love that.
Yeah. Proof too, I think. They all sort of seemed to be going through it for a while there.
The only guy on there I remember ever feeling like he really wanted to be there was that guy Chip. Do you remember Chip on
Was he the bald one?
No, that's Colin Mockery.
Yeah, Colin Mockery.
He looks like a chip.
So
he does kind of look like a chip.
Yeah. But you know how they had they had the main like Ryan Styles, Colin Mockery, Wayne Brady. Chip was one of like the rotated out guests. And I'm trying to find his name is Chip Eston. And he was the one who he always wore like polo shirts. He looked a little like frat boy, a little date rapey.
Yeah, I was about to say he looks very, very roofy to me.
Yeah, you're not leaving your drink alone unattended with him in the room. But yeah, he was the only one who I ever felt like actually like really wanted to be there. And I think it's because what the fuck else did he have going on?
Yeah, I've never seen him elsewhere.
Yeah, that does track. I love, for just a visual aid for the listeners, both Willow and Ashley are staring at their phones with inscrutable faces of like, who is this fucking guy?
Well, it looks like he does musical comedy, which makes me really not like him.
Oh yeah, yeah, love absolutely. He looks like a
good musical comic.
deep discount Shein version of what's his name? I had it and then I said all those other words. Oh, Stephen Lynch, I think.
I was when she said musical comic, I was like, yes, like Stephen Lynch, and then I was like, that's such a washed up reference to like just to have immediately pop into my mind.
It is.
But now I feel very validated.
You're welcome. It's for me, it's evocative. It's a line that you don't cross. Once you feel yourself sort of slipping into Stephen Lynch territory, you are too musical comedy.
It's very like it brought me back to this really warm place of like I'm 10 years old and I'm watching a Comedy Central Presents special at like 9:30 p.m. and for some reason it's Stephen Lynch and I'm determined to still find it funny. And just fighting for my life for that 27 minutes.
Yeah, and that's my relationship with a lot of Comedy Central Presents of yore, I think. I liked Dane Cook for a while.
I was thinking about the Dane Cook, like the original Comedy Central Presents, not like the one that he did like in the big stadium, but the Comedy Central Presents where he's in the black tank top was funny back at that time.
He had that whole gimmick where he was like on speed or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know if that was a gimmick or just a problem that he was going through.
I watched his premium blend a lot.
Premium blend was good.
Yeah. And
maybe that's the one where he's in the black tank top, actually.
It might be. I think he like that carried through though to like his actual half hour or whatever. Or hour, but like he like did a whole thing where he like drop kicked a bathroom door open, and I thought that was the funniest shit in the world because I was like, we
were all babies.
Yeah, it was funny. I hope he's okay.
Me too.
I will say I don't think that like as far as like his current or more recent comedy, like I didn't enjoy it, but I think the outlandish amount of hate he got was a little weird. Like, he's an unlikable guy. Yeah. He seems like a douchebag. But people, like, hated him fucking violently. And I couldn't ever really grasp it.
every discipline needs like a Nickelback, and he was definitely there for that.
You know what? He is the Nickelback of stand. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
You nailed it for me. Okay. I get it.
Or at least what I mean, there's probably a different Chris D'Elia came along for a while.
Yeah, he was the new Dane Cook, absolutely.
And now he's unfortunately, crossed the line into
he's pursuing other endeavors. Did Dane Cook ever do a molesting or a
No, I don't think so.
I think it was just that he dated someone who was younger, but like it wasn't like a Jerry Seinfeld thing.
Yeah.
It was slightly more reasonable.
If it's like a 40-year-old guy and like a 20-year-old woman, like that's just Hollywood, baby. You're gonna not have anyone you can watch if like you're setting your standards at that.
Right. Well, that's fine. Maybe we shouldn't watch anyone or listen to anyone. That's the lesson I'm starting to learn now with did you hear Jeff Garlin, I guess, wasn't doing too well on the set of the Goldbergs or whatever. But the things that are coming out about it, like I can't tell how close he's coming to being canceled at the moment, because it's basically like the things people are saying that he said to them on set were the same as the things you always hear him saying. Yeah. It's just in an environment where maybe it's like this guy isn't right here.
Yeah, it says like he said the word vagina a lot over and over again.
Right.
Like in someone's face, which like
that
okay.
That's pushing it.
It's pushing it, but again, like
it is very funny.
Because I'm imagining it, just a grown man, and he's not saying anything else, just the word vagina in your face over and over. Yeah. That's not, I would be not like happy about it, but I would giggle on the way home.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's a story. I don't want to take away if the person feels traumatized because someone was grabbing their shoulders and yelling vagina in their face, or saying, I think it's probably worse. I can't figure it out. It's like, because he's either going vagina, 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 or he's like vagina, vagina, and he's just like looking right into. So either way, I don't know which is worse, but
you do a really good Jeff Garlin when you yell it a little.
That's the thing. I can only really do the yelling Jeff Garlin.
That's the most.
Maybe important. That's fine. Depending on what happens to him now, I guess maybe it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take that one out of the rotation in a little bit.
Yeah, let's put it in the old Cosby box that we started back in whenever we started that box. Depends if you're like a Hannibal Buress fan, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. That was really fun to witness happen because I was a Hannibal Buress fan, and I love how bemused he was about the whole situation. Like, did I really was I the first one to tell you people this? Really?
Right. Yeah, because he was just like talking. He's like, that's common knowledge. This happened, and no one did anything about it.
Yeah.
Fucked up. And it's just like, oh, wait, really? That happened? And then everybody searched it at once, and they were like, oh, yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It rocks that I almost said posthumously. Bill Cosby's not dead, but he retroactively went back and was like, I've found something. I have some enlightening information from the old scrolls.
Yeah, no, it's wild. I mean, I don't know, information is so much more readily accessible now that it seems like people do just keep stumbling upon these things in weird ways, like the recently with Alice Sebold's the Netflix thing that was being made out of her book. I guess the executive producer was doing research on it or whatever and was like, oh, seems like maybe the wrong guy's been in jail for 20 years or whatever, or 40 years.
Oh,
and then it turns out, oops. Yeah, he was. And now everything's different because of that, and for good reason. But
holy shit, I hadn't heard about this case at all.
Yeah, I think this might be because of my like constant scrolling through Facebook news, the garbage pile that is. But sometimes it's useful.
Yeah.
I was going to say, why do you do that to yourself?
Well, it started out because I was like, oh, this will be good for the podcast. And now like I'm all jaundiced and I'm always like, trying to hide things from my everyday life. Like I hide things from my news feed when they become clear that it's a publication that's not to be trusted or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to...
Like Steve Harvey FM. Come on.
I tried to go through the Facebook news because I was inspired by you, and I was trying to find topics this week, and I was like going through it. But for me, I don't know if like my algorithm, I haven't like zeroed it in yet or what. But
yeah, they try to throw a bunch of weird shit in there.
Yeah.
Completely
after, like,
irrelevant
3
or
normal articles, it's like, did you know an extra from a Disney Channel show that went off the air 7 years ago got engaged to Corey Haim's old dog walker from childhood? And it's like, oh shit. Thanks, man. I almost missed that. Holy fuck.
Yeah. I can't believe we almost didn't discuss that on the podcast.
Yeah. It's, hard-hitting shit here. We're gonna find the next Glenn Greenwald in this bitch.
it's almost completely the same shit that you would get looking at like the magazines, first on the end cap at the grocery or like at the grocery store or whatever, where they have this like the kind of respectable publications, the Times, the whatever's
grown-up news.
People, I guess, is like
the respectable news publication. People,
it's borderline. But then, like, once you turn the corner, you get like all the like the tabloid shit, and
the Star, the Sun, the National Enquirer.
Yeah, and it's the same mix, and I kind of love that because now I don't have to stand in grocery lines reading the news.
Every morning,
as I do. Yeah, every morning, exactly.
I do kind of miss having to wake up at 5 a.m. to do a quick jaunt over to the grocery store and just stare at all the magazines for the day. I kind of miss it. It saves me so much time. I'm no longer getting yelled at by checkout cashiers as much.
You have to purchase like a pack of gum or something.
Yeah. It's saving me so much on gum.
Just chewing mouthfuls of gum.
Yeah, it's like using the internet at a cafe where you just have to keep buying a coffee.
Yeah. No, so it's great. I like that that's delivered endlessly to me and absolutely destroying my brain. I have forgotten so much this year.
Lucky. That's great. Congratulations.
We'll see,
My problem is that I don't forget any of it. It all like lives up here and just poisons me slowly. And then I have to go like be mean to a stranger on Twitter to get it back out again and clear up the works.
Yeah, the little growth that it's like you have to make it shrink by either lancing it or
gaslighting,
shouting at somebody who you
strangers on the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
That was really fun. I wish you guys would have been a part of it. Just convincing this guy.
I was gonna ask if you wanted me to join in because I would totally validate everything that you were saying.
So what we're talking about, I participated in a bit of targeted harassment with some friends on Twitter of mine. One of my friends had posted a Twitter poll that was like, which is heavier, a pound of feathers or a pound of lead? And this guy was like, clearly it's the same. You guys know nothing. And then for like the next hour, like 7 of us were like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's clearly lead. Lead is obviously heavy. Are you stupid? Like, what is wrong with you? And this guy was getting like progressively more and more and more frustrated. Like, do you guys not learn anything? Like, what is wrong with you people?
Amazing.
Here's a $5 bill and here's 5 $1 bills. Which one do you think is more? I bet I can guess which one you're going to say, but go ahead. I'll wait.
And it was, honestly, he didn't figure out what was going on for so long. And I accidentally pushed it just slightly too far by providing evidence from Google. So I found on Google which feels heavier, a pound of lead or a pound of feathers, a potential perceptual basis of cognitive riddle, blah blah blah. And I edited the abstract of it to say,
oh no, Justine.
I edited it to say, which weighs more, a pound of lead or a pound of feathers? The seemingly naive answer to the familiar riddle is the pound of lead. The correct answer, of course, is, and this is where my edit came in, also the pound of lead, because it is obviously heavier than feathers. Only an idiot wouldn't know that.
Amazing.
Well, all you have to do is then go, search. I think that's harmless.
Well, the last part, I was assuming that you were doing it in a super insidious, sneaky way where it wasn't fuck you, idiot. If you had not included that, it would be so chaotic evil. I'd be terrified of you, honestly.
Mm-hmm. I had to because I felt bad that he was getting really, really upset, and I was I've got to push it one more step, because then if he's just a normal guy who's taking it wrong, he'll see that and be oh, I get it now. But if he was the type of guy to read that and then explode further, I then wouldn't feel bad, because he's obviously a psychopath and weird and bad.
Absolutely. 100%.
It was a real litmus test for who I was dealing with.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think it was just the perfect level of deep fake for the purpose. And I really respect it.
Mm-hmm.
What I really enjoyed was friends who weren't in the group chat were coming in. My boyfriend just saw it and then texted me and was just I went smug with it, and I was what? And then I went to look at the thread, and he's yeah, dipshit, look at the weight of lead and look at the weight of a feather. Okay. And I was so proud of him.
I'm so glad that you have a supportive partner.
Yeah, It's really important that we have hobbies in common.
Yeah.
Gaslighting strangers together.
Yeah. And he's always going to be there to hold a pound of your feathers, and that's beautiful.
Yeah, but I wouldn't make him hold a pound of my lead, because it would be heavier. Yeah, it would be too heavy, obviously. The density, you see, it's different.
It's true.
Speaking of density.
Phil voice. Well, speaking of arguing on Twitter,
mm-hmm.
This is kind of old news by this point, but we do have to talk about it, right?
Okay.
Abigail Shapiro compares Madonna to, to Nancy Reagan, puts the picture of Madonna next to the picture of Nancy Reagan and her family.
Madonna looking fucking incredible, by the way.
Right.
Madonna looking absolute, just a total baddie.
Yeah, no, absolutely. She is fucking no yassification needed. She is just fucking
a hot lady.
You're in the Sean Penn is in the Walmart. He found out she's fucking again.
Yeah, he's crying in Walmart.
And he had no one to beat up but himself. But I just can't fucking believe the chain reaction that came out of it still.
Mm-hmm.
I got really sick of it real fast, but the dominoes.
It's just one domino,
and then it turns into
yes, yeah. I'm sorry. I was thinking about pizza and Nancy Reagan going down on a pizza, and I was I didn't see that.
I would to see that.
We have the technology.
If anyone's got the Nancy Reagan giving
pizza
sloppy top to a pizza tape, yeah, bang my line. I'm gonna need that.
Justine's lines are open. But yeah, I haven't seen... I have. Literally everything that happens, the discourse surrounding it takes on all different people's shit. And the amount of different takes I've heard on this in the last several days have been...
Tell me the takes, because all I know is that she was like really, really good at chugging Celebrity Hog.
So that's the thing. She was right.
Part.
Okay.
In her Hollywood days, I guess. Yeah, she was like really good at
blowies.
Blowies, yeah. And probably HJs, like if you know it,
they're kind of a complementary skill set.
That's what I think.
Yeah, you double up. Sometimes you gotta double up. I would never just give a handy because that's what mouths are for.
It's true.
I'm an adult. So I mean, I think they're different but similar art forms. I agree.
Sure. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm sure she was a pro at both. And it was the first time, I think, in a lot of our lives that we thought, maybe Nancy Reagan had an ounce of, humanity to her. Maybe she was kind of cool at some point, which immediately led to a backlash. So first of all, you have people going full force into the Nancy Reagan blowjob memes. Some of which were pretty good. I got sick of it very fast, of course. Or meme hater that I am.
Me and you both.
Two orbs in a cylinder is just... Then the really, like, people started to think, how can I really build gravity into this? How can I make this something that I feel strongly about? Yeah. And then you started to see takes... people saying it's actually very disrespectful to women in general if you make fun of Nancy Reagan for blowing. And again, I will say the joke is everybody suddenly thought she was cool. Yeah. And then that was another thing, is you have, there were a lot of leftist takes that I saw saying that, this is not funny. She's not a human. You can't laugh about. So every sort of different corner of the what's the word? Not
manufactured outrage.
Manufactured outrage. Right. There you go. That machine was in full swing.
My favorite take to come out of it, that I'm not sure if it was a joke. It was very funny to me, whether or not it was meant that way, but like, it was like, if I was Monica Lewinsky, I'd be so fucking mad right now. And like, honestly, that's fair.
Yeah.
I gotta give her that one.
I like this one. And it's like, if I found out my wife sucked up Mr. T, I would also put crack in his community.
The Zach Fox.
I love it.
That was my favorite moment, I think, of the whole...
Because I don't really feel like people are necessarily shaming her as much as it's just funny because she's...
It's funny to think about an old lady sucking dick. I'm sorry.
It's because that's the way...
Also, right.
Everybody knows her as,
a very, very
Mrs.
conservative old lady. Like, because that's what you're picturing. You're not picturing young, Hollywood Nancy out on the town with the gals. You're picturing fucking the first lady with her little haircut. And that's fucking funny. I'm sorry.
It's easy to take care of,
Yeah. Her fucking wash and set Wednesday special is fine. It's just, that's why it's funny. We know that.
Dress barn ass.
Oh my God. She would clean up at a fucking dress barn. Holy shit.
She knows where to find the good shit. But that's the thing. I felt like it was more humanizing than anything else that I've ever heard about Nancy Reagan. By far.
It's the only time I've ever related to her is being like,
I love
to suck a dick.
Yeah, exactly. And then also like the experience of being both celebrated and mocked for it.
Yeah. No, she really was symbolic of many different struggles at once. And the fact that comes out of, that comes out of fucking Abby Shapiro trying to tweet the direct opposite of that. I think that's the true butt of the joke. I think is Abigail Shapiro, as it always should be. It should always be one of the Shapiros. It should always come down. Any embarrassing thing that happens ever should be within 6 degrees. Abby Shapiro. Or Ben Shapiro. Yeah. Preferably Ben, but
Yeah. You did just remind me, this is not related to anything, but I watched a video of Ben Shapiro playing the violin once, and I noticed that he plays the violin in exactly the same way that he talks. He holds it so fucking tight that he's like shaking. And like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the violin, but for the most part, it's a very like, it's sensual and like, yeah. And he's playing it like fucking, like it's his wife.
I'm going to watch the shit out of this.
I'll have to send you the video that I found because holy shit. Also, speaking of Ben Shapiro videos, I'm going to keep going on tangents. You cannot stop me. We don't have a boy here to put me in my place.
No, we've got no shepherd.
Yeah.
Poor beautiful sheep.
I did find that's every woman's goal. I just want to be I just need to be the most fuckable sheep in the yard for some reason. But so there's an entire community of people who are horny for Ben Shapiro. And they make like fan cam, like collage videos. And they go into his live streams and request that he flex for them.
Does he do it? He strikes me as the type to do it. Yeah.
He does it, and he does this little coy act where he's like, "Oh, stop it. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see me do Okay, I'll do it." And it's so fucked up.
It is so fucking disgusting.
Man.
It's viscerally nauseating. It's so fucked up to see. It's I would rather look at the cat dog porn again, I think, than watch Ben Shapiro like flex and flirt to like some 15-year-old Republican on a live stream.
God, that makes my vagina recoil. That's so disgusting.
Yeah. I've lost all urges. The thing is, every time I see somebody say some fucking dipshit thing on Twitter, which, again, most of the time it is one of the Shapiros. But there are other like men on there saying things, and other women and other non-binary people. It's every time I go into one of those threads, I'm hoping to see like just people reacting the same way I'm reacting. And sometimes you'll go, and usually it's like the NFT guys or like the any sort of like crypto guys or anything like that. Their comments will be filled with these men that don't seem like they can possibly exist. And I had that moment today with this guy saying, I thought it was just like a shit post. But then I looked at the profile picture. I realized, this guy's like a, billionaire mindset kind of a guy. Daniel Kelly, at Daniel Kelly 150. On Twitter, most guys need 2 booster shots of testosterone instead of a vax. P.S. I'm looking for some high-performing guys who want to feel more energetic, vibrant, and excited about life again. I teach you how through deep blood testing and powerful mindset shifts. DM me Optimize to learn more. And then, little link to send him a PM. And then... This fucker's like, this thread is filled with these men just like speculating about why men don't have testosterone anymore. And it's bizarre because I don't understand why this is such a hang up.
They're like all the just idea that he's like a millionaire mindset guy focusing on F to M males. And he's like, that's why you need the testosterone more than the boosters. He's being just like super inclusive, I think.
That's true.
He found a niche and he's like, I'll help you.
I'm ashamed that I didn't read it that way. And now he's looking for high-performing guys who want to feel more excited about life again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he's going to help them get rid of their dysphoria with the tea.
Yeah.
That's right. This is actually kind of beautiful. And these guys are just missing the point.
Exactly. It's not for sad. You, King. You know? But for unrelated reasons, I'm also looking for some high-performing guys who want to feel vibrant. DM me, and I will teach you how through some powerful mindset shifts. You don't have to DM me optimize. You can DM me anything. As long as you are high-performing and willing to have your mindset shifted.
Yeah, and go through some deep blood testing, I've heard.
Yeah, that's the important part.
We do have to be clear, yeah, since we are representing the pod.
Did he not realize how gay that sounded when he was typing it out? Like, at no moment was he like, wait a minute. Okay.
There will also be, for mine, there will also be a little bit of, along with the deep blood testing, there's going to be a little bit of light phrenology, but we'll go over that during onboarding, and you don't need to worry about it. It's going to be fine. Come over. So since we're focused on Twitter right now, I did a little thing for us where I basically just farmed content out to the people who follow me because I'm very lazy. And I asked everyone, what is your favorite tweet from this year that they want me to read out loud and make my friends hear?
We love this feature. Should there be like a musical sting here? Even just like one little, like a little horn or something? Okay, I'll work on that.
Yeah, I love that. We'll get there in post. So I'm just going to go through the list. Let me know what you think. Any thoughts, questions, concerns?
Absolutely.
So we have the first one from @PumperMikeFan, gay weed sex. Starting off incredibly strong. Fucking banger. Gay weed sex all day.
Evocative.
Mm-hmm. Powerful. Succinct.
Of the moment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Really captured the zeitgeist.
And I do have to say, actually, one of just the replies to this tweet really got me. Okay, Forever 21 t-shirt, pop off pussy hat queen, the boots down house. And I've got to give it to them. They gave more than the original tweet.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And that's true. At Life Cab for Ugly, who's I really enjoy.
That's a good handle.
We've got at Laserboat999. Nice 400-pound squat, bro. She just let me hit because I'm goofy.
Yeah, that was a banger.
Ashley, we can't hear you.
Oh no!
I was like, yeah, that one resonated with me. Big fan.
I thought you would like that one for sure. Yeah. I've let many a man hit because he's goofy, and I've let absolutely zero men hit because of how much they could bench or squat.
Correct.
Yeah. No, I'm like, I love a muscle, but like, don't show off.
I like a joke more, you know?
Yeah.
At Average Meat, AVG Meat, she call me Mao, how I'm laying Zedong.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's one of the, I think that is one of the better.
She call me
because I'm set up.
AC, specifically the person who tweeted that, told me today, I want you to clip the dead air after you read mine and send it to me. So I'm really happy that they're going to get their wish on that.
Can we send dead hair as well?
Yes. Please direct all dead hair donations to Average Meat on Twitter. They need it for projects and assorted
arts and crafts.
Yeah, there we go. Arts and crafts. At Archie from Queens, God made Eve from Adam's rib so Adam could self-suck. I like that.
That's a good one.
That's beautiful.
This one's kind of hard because it's a photo. It's a photo of Lena Dunham and her husband Louis Felber. So it's just these two. And the caption. Yeah, that's the tweet. It's just the picture. It's just the picture of those two, and it just says, "I bet it smell crazy in there."
Fucking classic.
And that is at grow_ass. Thank you so much for that.
Nice job at grow_ass.
I'm always saying this. Some of these are hard because they're just pictures. They didn't get what we were doing here.
Of course, we'll share those somehow on the. We can share them on the Twitter or something. Give them a suck boost with all of our followers.
We've got at Banjo Cat with 2 T's. I do not respect art. I cannot count higher than 2. I eat plastic bags. I've never slept in my life. I'm allergic to air and water. I teach children to approach wolves. Every woman on the planet is in love with me.
Oh my god. Okay, that's
that rocks. That's I didn't think we were doing like a judging, but if we are, we should. And that one's pretty high up in the ranking.
I want that on a cross stitch.
Oh god,
like real bad.
I'll ask Banjo Cat if we can figure out some options there. So Willow, I thought you might get a kick out of this one. It really got me. She wanted to be treated like a princess, so I put her in the back of a Mercedes and drove into a wall.
Oh, wow.
Call me paparazzi because I saw that. That didn't work as well as I thought it would.
It's okay.
It landed for me. It's all right.
Yeah.
And that was that's at Chris Cuomo, but instead of a C, it's a Q in Cuomo. Someone just sent me a picture of a rat with some cheese, and the caption is "smorgasbord," and that's fine. I can get on board with that. Thank you for the rat. I
like the wholesome shit posts.
Yeah, I like sometimes someone, I don't remember who it was. I'm so sorry. Just posted a picture of like a bagel with cream cheese and just said burger. And I was like, yeah, this is a good post. That post fucking rocks, man. Thank you. You're doing better comedy than anyone with the word comedian in their bio. That's for goddamn sure. Emma, at Emma Chomsky, who is a wife of mine and very lovely. This is very difficult. It's just a picture of a Madagascar hissing cockroach bedspread. And the caption on it is "Forget Kafka-esque, who wants to have Kafka sex?" Yeah.
That was very good delivery, by the way.
Yeah, thank you so much. I was rehearsing it a little bit. And then friend of the show, H. Win Art, gave us, this is from somebody else, at bog_chaser, 38-year-old girlfriend who still says sweet summer child. They're debating whether pog is a slur, and I just can't with the hell site today. Me hearing pog and getting so hard I got nauseous. I think I have COVID.
And isn't it, COVID is also spelled wrong, correct?
Have is spelled wrong.
Yeah.
HAUVE.
I think I have COVID. That one fucking destroys.
Mm-hmm. Love Sapphic White Boy who posted that originally. Very good. And so that's what we have. Some people send other stuff, but they're not funny, and I'm not giving them any credit for not being funny.
Well, thank you. I think your judgment's probably sound.
Yeah, absolutely. You're the arbiter here. And
Thank you for that, Justine.
I love to arbitrate. You're welcome. I spend enough time on Twitter that I could probably do one of these every day and not run out of tweets. So anytime, truly.
Tweets too high. I am going to edit this sentence out and this one explaining that I'm going to edit that sentence out.
But are you going to now edit this sentence out, me referencing that you're talking about editing?
We'll keep that part. Keep that part. That was a good part.
They'll never know.
This is one last Twitter reference. On the notes, remembering the crabs of the past. And so this is something something very near and dear to my heart, that it happened earlier this year, which in online time feels like a decade ago now. Basically, someone, I think it was No Goblins, posted an article about crabs building their houses out of sand. And they kind of build them very quickly and very efficiently, and it's like a very neat process to watch. And there's a little video, and everyone's like, "Holy shit! Look at this little crab build this little house." Mm-hmm. And for some reason, collectively, the men of Twitter were like, "I could build a house better than this crab." I could fucking. They were like, legitimately like, it's just fucking sand. I'd like to see it build a real house. And like, I thought it was like a big troll, but there were guys getting like legitimately upset. Like, what? Oh, you're just going to congratulate this fucking crab for it's just doing its like evolutionary job.
That
like,
crab's house sucks. What?
And, like, meanwhile, I can't even come online and not get destroyed for being a man.
What does this have to do with you, dude?
Once every like 3 or 4 months, it pops back into my brain that this happened. And I have to like walk away from whatever I'm doing to appreciate that happened. It's so fucking funny to me. It's so fucking funny.
That's the magic. Yeah, that's the magic of like this weird. It's not telephone because you can see every link. It's a chain that you can see every link of it. You can see how things get the way they get if you dig long enough. Yeah. And that's what's amazing is like people will start out maybe joking in a thread like that. And then, before, 10 more tweets, there are people who are like running with whatever the energy they saw in that was. And people can they can just work themselves up into a frenzy over shit that.
Yeah, it was literally like people saying like, you think a crab is more advanced than me? And nobody said that. We were all just admiring this crab's house. Also, I need you guys to understand, like, this lasted for at least 5 days.
Like, awesome.
Imagine going in on like the 5th day and being like, I just got to get in on this. I just got to jump on the pile.
Well, first they came for the crabs and I said nothing. But yeah, God, that makes me so fucking happy to think about that. It happened that way and that nobody can ever take that from me. No. Like anything could happen. Like Biden is going to make me go broke paying my student loans again, and I'll never have health coverage again in my mortal life. But
Justine is going to be in a dystopian foxhole in the future just thinking about crabs.
And I'll be building the little house of sand because I can't buy one because I'm poor.
And you'll have something over you like a hermit crab type shell.
But as I'm like patting in the last grains of sand into my home, a guy is gonna come up to me and go, "You're not more advanced than me." And I'll remember what it was all for.
He got his 2 testosterone shots, and he lived to see the day where he could out crab house you, a woman.
He had a mindset shift for sure.
He did. That's incredible.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted you guys to be able to have that and remember that too.
I'm gonna picture that when I'm in the foxhole as well.
Perfect.
Would you date a weeb?
No. Ashley's muted again.
There are levels of weeb, all right?
Sure.
No, am I a weeb because I sometimes watch anime?
No. So watching anime isn't what makes a weeb. It's a lifestyle choice, I think. I think you could almost be a weeb without watching anime. I think you could be that type of guy.
Okay.
Absolutely.
If you tried.
If you play JPEGs. If you play
That's what they call being a graphic designer. Yeah, I play JPEGs.
You do play JPEGs very well. But
expert.
Like, I think if you play like one JRPG and you really love it enough and you replay it enough with enough like zeal, you could probably be a weeb.
Okay.
You know, I think maybe it has more to do with like how many of the collectibles you've bought.
How much you try to dress like an anime character or JRPG character.
Not, and not cosplay related either, because I think you can be a very good cosplayer and still not be a weeb as well. I think we should probably.
Yeah. So, are you saying also that even sometimes people who watch a lot of anime are not necessarily weebs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I would say it's about the fervor with which you interact with the media.
Okay. All right, fair. In that case, no, I would not date a weeb.
I couldn't do it. I tried to do it, and I've told this story to you guys before, but I tried to date a weeb because he denied being a weeb, because I even specifically said like I don't date weebs or whatever. And he was like, no. I don't like watch anime. I'm not a weeb. I just like, I'm kind of into like JRPG games. And I was like, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, it was really borderline for me, but he was kind of handsome, which is rare for me. So, so I gave it a shot, and like, he held up this facade for like 4 or 5 months until I was like,
that's a long time.
I know.
You must have been bursting at the seams. Go on.
And then, like right as soon as I was like hooked enough, he would start like mentioning the games more and like talking about how we wanted to go to Japan one day and like how we wanted a samurai tattoo and like, and then like another like 3 or 4 months in, he drops like references to anime, and I'm like, nope, I fucking knew it. I can't trust you people. I should have fucking and never again. Fool me once, shame on me.
How was the sex? Are weebs good at boinking? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
He was just cute.
Yeah, mostly. He wasn't even that funny either. It's like it's crazy how much I was willing to be like, what if I was with a traditionally handsome person for once? Never again. I'm not going to do that shit either. Didn't like that.
He's either boring or he's a weeb.
Exactly.
Very clear handsome guy binary.
Yeah. And post breakup now, he has actually gotten the samurai tattoo, and it looks like shit. Fuck you.
I don't think I've ever seen like a cool samurai tattoo.
Not on a white guy, that's for sure.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, we don't do them at my workplace.
Good.
Is that like a shop-wide policy?
I mean, as far as I'm concerned. No one told me to say that to people when I answer the phone, but I always do.
Hello, thank you for calling. We do not do samurai tattoos, just so you know. It's like specifically if you're a white man. How can I help you?
It's like white supremacist tattoos, no. Blackout or cover-ups, no. Samurai tattoos, absolutely fucking not.
Unless you're a Thundercat, fine. Whatever.
You're a Thundercat.
Have whatever you want.
That is called the Thundercat clause. It's extremely common. If you're in the industry, you would know.
Absolutely. Any weeb exclusionary policy always has a Thundercat clause.
Yeah. You just inspired me to create Being a Werf, which is a weeb exclusionary radical feminist. And I'm going to make this my entire personality now. Thank you so much.
Man, I can't wait for the threads just lambasting worf culture.
I already have bad teeth. We're in a really good starting position.
Yeah, you have to need dental work to start an exclusionary radical feminist movement of any sort. Whether it's SWERF, TERF, WERF, PERF, which is
NERF.
And what's that one?
I think that. I'm sorry. I was just making a Nerf gun reference. I did. There was nowhere else.
It's okay. That's a Nancy Reagan exclusionary radical feminist.
Yeah.
Phil's not around, so I gotta make jokes that make no sense at all.
And Willow did mention PERF, which I would like to say is a pretty exclusionary radical feminist. And it's feminism, but only for ugly women.
Mm.
Right, so TERFs.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
Exactly. Yeah. You get it.
Yeah.
I think maybe we could go out on that.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. Yeah.
I think,
rock.
Well, thank you for joining us for the No Men edition.
Yeah, for the dolls.
for the dolls episode of the Succ. We loved having you here.
Please don't leave.
And please don't leave until after J Pupa plays us out.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in the we'll see you on Facebook in the Succ Shameposting. We'll see you on Twitter, where we are making more enemies every day and more friends. I think we probably broke even on this one.
Sometimes both. You don't like us that much, but our house is like close to yours, and it's like convenient to stop over for coffee or whatever. But it's like I wouldn't be a bridesmaid at your wedding. It's fine. I would be a guest, but no +1. Yeah.
Yeah. Cash bar, please. But we've got a lot of frenemies in the Discord all of a sudden too. I've been really
I neglect the Discord, and I'm so sorry.
What's that?
I was just kidding anyway.
Oh, okay.
I was
We've
what have we done?
Only friends in the Discord.
Okay.
I would love if people were
so
paying.
Fucked up. Yeah.
Paying for the Patreon just to come in and give us shit all the time.
You just pay $1 per month to be a dick.
Yeah. No, that's my biggest.
You want to do that? Yeah.
That's my kink. That actually is my biggest worry, because people love to say I would like people to either love or hate what I do, but if I would rather people are indifferent than pay to yell at me. I'm sorry.
They can pay to yell at me specifically and only me.
There we go.
They need to just when they yell at us, they need to just put a little asterisk that excludes Willow from the hatred.
Yes.
And it's just me and Ashley and probably Matt, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, because then I get to come to the rescue and really
You have stopped me from saying probably some not great jokes before. By coming in very gently and politely with a more
I know
take on things.
Willow's so sweet and gentle,
well,
I appreciate you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate both of you. I am a Libra ox, as we just discussed in the group chat. Right. But we'll get to that next time.
I'm an Aries dog, and we will have to get into this when we have the rest of everybody, right?
Right, absolutely, because Matt really wants to talk about it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because of how dead on his Taurus
dragon.
Whatever. There you go.
Horse
Thank
dragon.
you.
Yeah. I'm a Pisces horse, and I'm never sad or depressed, and I'm super bubbly and love to party. Because that's accurate.
1 out of 6 ain't bad.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. No, it's gonna be fun. We should all go over that next week.
Yeah, we will. So be here next week, and we will too. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Speaking of density.
Phil voice. Well, speaking of...